Are you looking for something fun and free to do while in Robbins, Georgia? Then let me take you around the Museum of Aviation in Robbins Air Force Base. So make sure to wear your comfy sneakers, bring some snacks for an outdoor picnic by the playground, and get ready to have a fun-filled day looking and learning about military vintage aviation. At the Museum of Aviation, the main building is about 3 stories high, and there are also 3 other buildings in the back of the main museum that you can look at. So make sure to keep track of the time because you can easily spend the entire day in the main building looking, observing, and really enjoying yourself with some of the interactive displays throughout each floor. And for a small price, you can take a ride in a simulator as long as you meet the height and age requirements. As we make our way through this incredible museum, every turn is filled with different immersive scenes, battle scenes, bunkers, and aircrafts. Visitors get to see the uniforms, read the history, see the relics, and imagine what life was like for soldiers. Our kids really enjoyed learning about the different types of soldiers and jobs that they had, but it was really interesting to learn in this exhibit that in July 1942 until March 1943, 5 squadrons of Americans, East Indians, and Chinese worked together to successfully defend their bases and the eastern end of the Indian and China air supply route over the hump. So they had a lot of different cultural, beautiful gowns and outfits on display. That was just great to see. The uniforms and lifelike scenes lead to a progression in the U.S. aviation history, leading to the showcase combat aircrafts, photos, and a plethora of knowledge. Also, seeing how India used its trained camels and elephants to help lift heavy cargo, such as 55-gallon drums, onto the military aircrafts. It is quite a scene to see and learn about. The Museum of Aviation is a great museum for all ages and all abilities. And for families with small kids, it offers a large space for your kiddos to run around and play while learning about aviation, especially on those days where it's raining or the weather is less ideal. And for families with teens and up, there is a lot to learn about, to see, interactive displays, as well as simulators that would be fun for them to do as well. And for adults, whether you like to make it a solo trip or make it a fun group trip with friends, it's a great place to see and learn about aviation and our military history. And going forward, seeing the military technology and progress and what the future holds for us. And best of all, it's free. And it's mostly indoors, so if the weather is windy, cold, or rainy, it's a perfect place to go. And it's mostly indoors unless you walk outdoors to the other exhibits and buildings. And now we're entering the Robert L. Scott exhibit, and it showcases Robert L. Scott's Jr. life as a boy from Georgia and his contributions as a hero and author. And there is a great black and white film towards exiting this exhibit that I definitely recommend watching, and more than once. It's a very inspiring film, especially to young pilots who dream of flying one day. This exhibit also illustrates how Hollywood portrays pilots and fighter jets and how they contributed to the war efforts as well. And as you make your way through this exhibit, there is so much to do. My kids absolutely love this area. There are a lot of interactive displays and exhibits, especially this walkthrough of the Great Wall of China that has many different words placed throughout with the explanation right underneath. It was a fun learning experience. And And I'd like to take a minute out of our tour to say thank you for staying with us and going through this incredible museum together. As a small content creator, it would mean the world to me if you give a like and subscribe and continue on our journey together. As a homeschool mom to 3 kids, 6th grade and under, I love traveling and finding new ways to teach my kids through hands-on learning. And taking them to museums is one of our favorite pastimes on the weekends, and when there's a free museum, even better. So if you love museums and want to find the great places to visit from California all the way to Georgia, stay tuned for our next trip. And now let's continue our way up to the 2nd and 3rd floor of the main exhibit hall. And I absolutely love standing here and enjoying the view. It's a great place to sit and rest on one of the benches while peering over and enjoying the scenes from above. Now we're entering the area which will talk about the Wright brothers and the history and how they contributed to aviation. And now we're finishing up the main exhibit hall, and we're going to be making our way into the next exhibit just a short walk away. And in this building, it is full of vehicles of every kind, from aviation aircrafts to regular 4-wheel drive vehicles. All are here to observe, look, and enjoy, along with some other uniforms and other relics along the way. This exhibit is a quick walkthrough, a single floor exhibit that will take, if you want to zip through, about 10 to 15 minutes. If you want to glide through and read the displays and really take it all in, it can easily spend a couple of hours here as well. Just depends on how you want to make your day look like. And in this exhibit, you get to sit inside helicopters and aircrafts. There's a few designated vehicles that you can climb in and pretend you're about to take off. It's really fun to go and do, and there's a lot of people waiting in line, so make sure to stop by when you get a chance. Now we're making our way to the 3rd and final building. There is an event and it is used for events, so unfortunately we cannot go through the entire hall. There are many places that are sectioned off, but it's still great to see. There's even a little nook where kids can read in an air balloon, and there's pillows and tons of aviation books, and it's a really fun place to spend a couple of hours. But since there was an event and a lot of it was blocked off, we still spent about a good 1 hour here just before closing. So all that this museum has to offer, I really rate it a 10 out of 10 and a must-see, especially if you're in the Robbins, Georgia area. And if you ever make a road trip and you're along the way, it's definitely worth the stop. I hope you enjoyed this video and it will help you plan your next trip at the Museum of Aviation at the Robbins Air Force Base. And don't forget to give a like and a thumbs up. It would mean so much to me. And I hope I'll catch you at the next video. Bye-bye.
This fuel, you see that thing that's pushing? I know what this is. That, it makes, it goes against these little worms that kind of look like puppets.
And after a long, fun-filled day at the Museum of Aviation, we decided to carry on the tradition of getting a Lego set of an airplane that my kid chose and loved, and here he is playing with it.
Hello guys, this is the SR-71 Blackbird model that I got at the Airforce Museum in Georgia. Museum of Aviation. I got in the gift shop. There is one booster stud.